Hey everyone, and welcome. So, you live in Austin, Texas, one of the most dog-friendly cities out there, right? But with that comes a big question. How in the world do you find the right dog trainer? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. Let's jump in. I mean, if you're a dog owner in Austin, you already know this city is pretty much built for dogs. It's like a huge playground. But to really enjoy all those patios, parks, and trails, you need a dog that's on their best behavior. That's what this is all about, giving you the roadmap to find that perfect training partner so you and your pup can live your absolute best Austin life. So we're going to keep this super simple. We've broken it down into 4 easy steps. First, figuring out what your dog actually needs. Then we'll get into the specifics of the Austin trainer scene. After that, it's all about how to pick the right one for you, and we'll wrap up with the fun part, all the amazing adventures that are waiting for you. Okay, let's dive right into part 1. What does your dog really need? Seriously, before you even open a single web browser or make a phone call, this is the most critical step, taking a second to think about your own goals and, of course, your dog's unique personality. So let's just start with the big picture, right? What are you actually looking for? Are you just hoping for a chill family dog who's great to have around the house? Or do you have bigger dreams, like maybe getting into therapy work or even agility competitions? Just answering that one question is going to narrow down your search a lot. And the options are all over the map. You've got the basics like puppy training and general obedience, stuff every dog needs. Then you can get way more specialized with things like therapy dog prep or serious behavior modification for some of those tougher challenges. But honestly, for most of us, the goal is just a well-mannered, happy family dog. Okay, be honest, do any of these sound familiar? That constant leash pulling when you're trying to walk around Ladybird Lake? Or that heart-stopping moment at Zilker when your dog decides not to come back? Yeah, nailing down your #1 headache, whether it's the barking, the jumping, or something else, is absolutely the first step to getting it fixed. All right, so now that you've got a better idea of your goals, let's move on to part 2, the Austin trainer scene. This is the inside scoop, the local knowledge that every dog owner in this city really ought to know. Okay, listen up, because this is probably the single most important thing you need to know. In Austin, there is no required license for dog trainers, none. That means the ball is completely in your court. It's up to you to spot the true pros by looking for things like certifications and proper insurance. And while we're on the topic of city rules, let's talk about the big one, the leash law. This isn't a suggestion, it's mandatory. Unless you are physically inside a designated off-leash park, your dog has to be on a leash, and it can't be longer than 6 feet. This is exactly why getting that loose leash walking down is so important here. So that brings up a huge question, right? If there's no official license, how do you know you're hiring a real expert and not just, some person who really likes dogs? The answer, my friend, is all about voluntary credentials. Now, I know these letters look like a big bowl of alphabet soup, but trust me, these acronyms are your secret weapon. They mean a trainer has actually passed tough exams, they've sworn to follow ethical standards, and they keep learning. So when you see something like CPDT KA, you know that person has proven they know their stuff, from teaching skills to animal welfare. And you'll find that pretty much all certified pros these days use a method called positive reinforcement. Now, this is not about being permissive or just letting your dog run wild. It's a science-backed approach. You reward the behavior you want, which makes your dog want to learn. It's super effective, it's humane, and honestly, it builds an amazing bond between you and your dog. Okay, let's get to the nitty-gritty. Section 3, how to choose the one. You know what to look for, so now let's talk about how to actually make that final decision with confidence. First things first, let's talk about the cost. Here's a real-world look at what you should probably expect to pay here in Austin. Group classes might be a few $100, but something super intensive like a board and train, well, that's a whole different level of investment. The idea here is to just help you line up your goals with what fits your budget. So, once you've got a budget in mind, it's time to actually start interviewing trainers. And yeah, I said interviewing. Don't just Google someone and go with the first result. You are hiring for a really important job, so treat it that way. And to make it easy, here's your interview checklist. These are the key questions you gotta ask. Ask them straight up. What's your training method? You're listening for positive reinforcement. Ask them if they've dealt with your dog's exact issue before. And please, don't feel weird about asking to see proof of their insurance and their certifications. Any true pro will be totally cool with answering all of this. And really, that's what it all boils down to. A certification isn't just some fancy piece of paper. It's a huge signal that this person takes their job and your dog's safety and happiness seriously. It shows they're committed to doing things the right way.
Which brings us to the best part, our final section. Your Austin adventure awaits. This is the payoff, right? This is the whole reason you're doing all this research in the first place.
Think about it. A dog with a rock-solid recall can safely enjoy Austin's amazing off-leash parks. Just picture it, your dog splashing around at Redbud Isle or running free at Auditorium Shores with that perfect skyline view. That is what good training unlocks. It's freedom. It's fun. It's doing more together. So there you have it. You've got the roadmap. You know exactly how to find a real pro who can help you build an incredible partnership with your dog. So the only question left to ask yourself is, what new Austin adventures are you and your dog going to take on together? Thanks so much for tuning in.